guys, so welcome back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 speed build today. And so today I'm officially finishing Bob Pancakes and Angela Pleasant's humble abode in Britchester. Because in case you guys not know, a couple of months ago, pretty much last year in December, I believe, is when I kind of had this mini-series going on with Bob Pancakes, where I took him to university to help better his life, his career, and pretty much his relationship with Eliza and some other Sims. Because for the past 5 years, Bob Pancakes has had I would say, an emotional time, a very bad emotional time with his relationship with Eliza, and having her in his little zone, his own oasis of living in Willow Creek. I feel like he just didn't have the life that he deserved and the life that he necessarily couldn't see for himself. And so I took it upon myself to have Eliza move out and see what it was like without Eliza in Bob's life. So I had him apply to university and had him go into I think the literature degree thing, and allowed him to actually go into the law career after he graduated. And that being said, I do have plans of one day playing with Bob Pancakes again and seeing where where his life takes him after he graduated, had a kid, got married, and everything like that. But if you do want to see the past 3 parts of that mini series of Bob Pancakes going to university, I will link down a playlist, or technically the first 3 parts of that series, in the description, so you guys can check it out for yourself. Because honestly, I did it as a live stream on Twitch first, and I wanted to have that interaction of what you guys thought and everything like that. And I took that live stream and then turned it into a current household update, where every time I live stream that family, I would record a update video of what happened in that stream, but also kind of playing along with the gameplay with Bob and Eliza and Angela and now Iggy. And so far it's actually going pretty well. So I'm going to be recording one last final episode of that mini series just to wrap things up, because in my mind I feel like Bob has officially kind of has really done it. And I took a bunch of screenshots throughout me playing with him in his household, and side little behind the scenes clips of stuff of him in university that I will insert in that update video, which will probably be coming in the next couple of days or so. But I do want to reiterate that when playing with Bob, it was a little bit difficult of having him focus on his studies, because a couple of, I think 2 years ago, I don't remember, it was whenever the 18th anniversary of The Sims, or 17th, either one, pretty sure it was the 18th anniversary of The Sims. But when that happened, the Sims team actually kind of did some updates of the current families in The Sims 4, more so Bob Pancakes and Eliza, where they had a child together, and their child was named Iggy Pancakes. And in my mind, it was who in their right mind would have a baby with Eliza? Eliza just seems crazy to me. I personally don't like her, because she just seems so rude and just always has something to say, which is never a good thing. She has something negative to say towards other Sims, and even also towards Bob. So I'm always a person that spreads positivity and happiness, and I want to see Bob live his best life and see how well he can do without having that toxicity in his life. And so I removed it, and she lives by herself with her conspiracy cousin in Strangerville. I think his name is Erwin. They look alike, and I feel like they're related. So I had her move in with Erwin. I kind of moved him into a temporary house for a little bit. So that's what I kind of did with that. And so far, Bob is actually doing really great. And I'm building this house right now, or technically renovating the house that was already here, because usually the Elderberry family, the Elderberry lived here. They had already moved out and lived their lives. The Elderberry elders are dead. And I think their grandson, Rowan Elderberry, he's fully grown up, or technically he's already in university right now, because Iggy Pancakes and Rowan are technically the same age, I would say, or a little bit age difference. So Rowan might be in his last term of university, where Iggy's about to start his university career technically. So that is what's happening right now, and so far so good. I do have to say, when I kind of had Bob divorce Eliza, it was in that moment where I realized that, wait a minute, Bob is actually like truly living his best life, where he managed a relationship. Like his first term, he lived in Willow Creek to like live off campus, because I didn't really see him as a on campus in a dormitory with like random strangers type of person. So I had him live on his like own current home. I did renovate his little bedroom to make it more of his style, but more of my style, where it's all yellow and everything. And Eliza was still in his life, of course, taking care of, Iggy and like living whatever life she was trying to live technically. And I think around that time is where Bob was like realizing, maybe I'm doing okay. Like maybe I'll be fine without Eliza and, taking care of Iggy by myself. Yeah, that didn't work to his best of his ability. And his second term, his first term he got all A's, like straight off the bat. He was totally fine. But his second term, he was a little bit struggling because he had to take care of Iggy. He had like a job on the line as well. Like he missed a bunch of like work, and he was like getting on the cusp of being fired. So I had him quit his job to focus a lot more on his career or his school career technically. And he had a lot of money saved up after being, a chef and everything. So it allowed him to focus on that. Plus with all the scholarships that he like applied for and his like financial needs that he had, he was pretty much going to school for free, which is kind of great. And at first I was going to put him in the, cooking track and culinary, but I didn't see him as that. So I put him in the law area, because that one could probably help him, settle the divorcement papers with Eliza, but also like some other future things that might come up with his business. Because he he still believes in food. He loves food, has always loved food, but he wants to like kind of maybe, push like the family business, the pancake business, to Iggy and see where he can take it off after, Bob gets old and he retires. But I don't know. We'll have to see how that happens in the end. But to be honest, I'm really happy with him and his life, and that the fact that he has Angela in his life, Angela Pleasant, because in case you're wondering, when Discovery University came out, the Sims team released like, new households that were from The Sims 2, which was the Pleasant family, which is amazing. They didn't include their parents, but I would have actually kind of liked if they included their parents. But there are some Simmers out in, or a lot of Simmers out there in the community who recreated the Pleasant family, like Urban Sims. I believe she recreated Mary Sue and Daniel, and like some other Sims as well. But they're all up on the gallery if you guys want to download them. They're free, of course. And there's also some other Sims, like where Angela was dating Dustin Broke in The Sims 2. Dustin Broke is in The Sims 4, but was Get Famous. And Darren Dreamer, I think it's Dirk. Dirk Dreamer, he's from Get Famous, but he was technically dating Lilith, which makes sense. So like, it's kind of like, it's weird when you think about it, because where Dirk Dreamer and Dustin Broke came with Get Famous, and Angela and Lilith Pleasant came with University. And so if you put them two together and kind of like rearrange their timeline of where they are now, it kind of like makes sense. But then somehow it doesn't make sense at all, because where Dustin and Dirk are celebrities and Angela and Lilith are not. You know what I mean? It's a little bit weird. But overall, they put the OG Sims 2, couples, opposites attract type of relationship. And I thought it was like a really, really cool idea that they did that. So hopefully in the future, they end up adding like more OG Sims to like other like packs. Like I personally want Agnes Crunklebottom back. And I feel like Bob and Agnes could like really hit it off, because in a way I feel like Agnes is the grandmother of all Sims. She's been around since The Sims 1. She's been an elderly woman since The Sims 1. Well, Sims 3 she was like, I think she was an adult or a young adult. Either way, she was like an old cranky old lady that she just had a vendetta against public affection. Apparently. Don't know why. Maybe her husband didn't like her. Just saying like it is. But lo and behold, if they do that, I'm all for it. Like right now, like give it to me now. I need to like have her in my life for like my stories, for my Sims, and like seeing where it just like takes them, Because I feel like Agnes has a lot of knowledge and power, and if Agnes puts that knowledge and power and guides Bob into the right direction of, divorcing, like officially divorcing Eliza Pancakes and finalizing the divorce with his new refound degree and being a lawyer in the making, I believe that he can definitely do it for sure. But until that day comes, we shall wait. But backtracking to the story of where Bob and Angela are together and how that kind of came to be, Bob technically had a few relationships. Like, he was going through some trials and tribulations for the longest time, and he didn't really know how to like handle the whole university career and like being a single father in a way, and having to deal with like other like professors. So he was going through a lot of stuff, and he started dating I believe Julia Wright, and after that it was some other sim that came with university. I think it was Julia's best friend, I forget her name, but after those two, they weren't the right ones. And I feel like Bob has a type, redheads. I don't know why, but he's always attracted to the redheads. Like, Eliza was a redhead, and Angela Pleasant's a redhead, so I feel like he's just like attracted to those people. And I kind of let it be, and kind of like had him like geared towards that way. And him and Angela literally hit it off right off the bat. Like, there was like no issues at all, and surprisingly, they're still like thriving in the world, because after they got together, I had Bob ask Angela to move in with her. Like, Angela moved in with Bob at their house in Willow Creek, and to be honest, I was like, will this relationship really work? Like, will it actually work? Will Angela actually, truly love Bob for who he is and the way he like does things with his life and his, his son? I don't really know. And after playing them for like a couple of hours on stream and like on my own time, it was actually really good. And they were really like, inseparable couple goals, and they were really, really like amazing. And I'm actually like excited to see where the future takes them. Because right now, after Bob and Angela both graduated from the University of Britchester, Angela graduated with like an arts degree, and Bob graduated with like a more of a literature type of degree for the law career. Angela didn't get honors, but Bob got honors, and I think summa cum laude, I believe that's what it's called. The very tippity top high degree you can get in university after you graduate. And he got that. He has his diploma, he has his picture. I took some screenshots. I took everything I could have for him to have the life that he truly deserves. And now that he's like good and ready to go, I had him propose to Angela right then and there at their new humble abode in Britchester, and she said yes. So right now, in this current state of mind and time, Angela, Bob, and Iggy are all in Britchester, and this is their brand new house that they're going to be living in. And right now, Iggy is deciding between Foxbury or Britchester, and he doesn't want to let his father down, but he also wants to have his own life and his own path of how he does things in life. And so I guess it's pretty much up to him of deciding, because Bob is like the type of person that he wants to see people succeed, but also, have like tradition, I guess you would say. And so like he kind of influenced Iggy to go towards the whole, food track and culinary and everything, but I don't really see Iggy going towards that direction. And over time of playing like with him and like his life of him growing from a toddler to a teenager, I've noticed that he's been going into a lot of more like artsy graphic design type of tracks. So I might put him into like after he like applies and everything, which I think he already has, I'm pretty sure, based off of his skills he has achieved over his lifetime. I believe that I will put him into the arts track like Angela did, but I'm gonna see what else is offered based on like ideal careers that he can get with his degree. And hopefully it'll be like he'll get all like distinct degrees and also the, other, non-distinct degrees. Because I want him to have like a full ride, but even though that he's pretty much well off with his scholarship that he's gonna eventually apply for, because I feel like there should be a single father or a single parent type of scholarship of some sort of way, like a one household scholarship, because I don't think The Sims 2 had that back in the day. I know they had like orphan, like if you're like your Sims were orphans or like had no parents or like your parents were dead, they had that type of scholarship for those type of Sims. And they also had scholarships for like aliens and like other things like that. But I might just like look into this like way too much, but you never really know, because I've discovered some new scholarships that were actually in university when playing with my elder family that's in the Not So Berry. I realized there were more scholarships than I thought, but hey, you never know. Plus, the whole factor that, that eco lifestyle is coming out, I think it'll be kind of a cool way where Iggy kind of goes to university and then he slowly drifts off into the ideal life of being a conservationist and being eco-friendly, and then he discovers Evergreen Harbor and goes to like that central area of helping, like, better helping people. So I wonder, like, how will the new pack impact the university degrees, like what careers you can like pick and choose? Like, I wonder what degree you can get to be in those new careers. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the pack will definitely impact all the world, like with the pollution and everything. So it should be very interesting on how it'll all like come into play, gameplay wise. But overall, that's kind of like pretty much like my spiel, my gist of the whole idea of what's happening now. We're caught up in the present. I will link down all of the past episodes that I've done of Bob Pancakes and his life in university and like what's been like going on with him down below in the description. And I will be recording a very last part of where their life is now and like the whole wedding part and Iggy deciding where he's going to go to college and everything, just so we can have closure. But that being said, if you guys want to download this house, it is up on the gallery right now for download. And I should have said this at the very beginning of the video. I know no one's actually watching at this very point, but this house is only base game and Discovery University only. So if you have Discovery University, you'll be able to get this house. So you're like good to go. And the house is surprisingly, I don't know how much it costs, but I'm pretty sure it's over 1,000, like 100,000 simoleons, because I did only use what Bob and Angela had in their household funds, and they kind of utilized their money to furnish and build this house based on their income. And it actually looks pretty like full and like, lived in. So I'm pretty happy with the results, but I will be making a comeback of more episodes, more videos now that I have my life together. It's a process. I will explain a little bit more in videos, but nevertheless, I will go ahead and wrap up this voiceover right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!